Hello, friends. Sam Matero coming to you from my digital studios in the beautiful metro area of Charlotte, North Carolina. You're watching charlottenow.tv. Welcome to today's episode. And man, do we have an episode. This is actually an epic episode of charlottenow.tv because we are going to be diving into a wonderful story of a not-for-profit here in the Matthews area. They're actually the Matthews Help Center. They are focused on the Matthews area and helping the citizens of Matthews, North Carolina build more stable and more productive lives, helping them through difficulty in their life. We're going to learn about that. And we're also going to learn a bit about their partnership with the town of Matthews and some small businesses here in Matthews that really translated to an enormous amount of PR and financial assistance for this incredible program that's doing wonderful work for the people of Matthews, North Carolina. So today on the show, the Matthews Help Center, the Comicon, and how it all blends together to making the Charlotte metro area the awesome place to live and do business that we know it to be. So before we get into the show, I want to remind you that the show is sponsored by our friends at Life Connections of the Carolinas Incorporated. We're going to take a quick sponsor break and we will come back and get going with this episode. I forgot to say, I'm excited about this because one of the reasons why I started charlottenow.tv was really to build community. I never really wanted this to be the Sam Matero show, right? So I put out to our local community that I'm looking to work with producers, independent producers, and potential hosts. And you saw in the last show, a young man by the name of Jonathan who helped out and did some camera work for me. Well, I'm so excited that we have the first showing of one of our new guest hosts, I should say. We have two, and this is the first episode that you're going to see a different face, a different interviewer in front of the camera. So I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Scott W. Peterson from Broken Leg Entertainment. Grew up here in Charlotte, and we're excited to be working with him. He did a great job on this interview, and well, here we go. Let's learn from our sponsor first, and then we'll come back, and we're going to launch right into Scott's interview with the fine folks at the Matthews Help Center. You're watching charlottenow.tv. I'm Sam Matero. This episode of Community Connections is brought to you by our friends at Life Connections of the Carolinas. And I couldn't think of a better partner to have in this endeavor because the great folks at Life Connections really exemplify the spirit of community connections, which is great people making Charlotte a great place to live. Simply put, they help to keep kids out of jail and keep families connected. And they do this by providing programs and services that are designed to, quote, develop adolescents and strengthen homes. They call these the DASH programs, and they include programs focused on helping families better their best, supportive mentoring and counseling programs, restorative justice programs, and even vocational education and re-entry programs, which offer unique learning environments and opportunities for a new, productive life after incarceration. Be sure to check them out online at lifeconnections.us and learn more about this agency and how they may be able to help you, your family, or someone you love. Support their efforts if you wish, and even volunteer if you are so inclined.
Thanks, Sam. I'm here at the Matthews Help Center with Sandra Conway, and we're going to learn a little bit more about what they do and how they got here.
The Matthews Help Center has been here since 1979, so we're coming up on 44 years in November, and we're a place to help neighbors during times of crisis. We started back in the day with Iris DeVore and June Hamrick. They went to the town of Matthews and said, we need a place that can help our neighbors. And so the town very graciously gave them this old, broken down building for $1.
So gracious.
And so they turned it into the Matthews Help Center so many 20 years ago. To hear them tell the story, it's just really, really funny to know that the community really rallied behind these two ladies. June was with First Baptist Church, which is still very actively involved with the Help Center, and Iris was with the Matthews Methodist Church. And both ladies also belong to the Matthews Women's Club, which still exists. So a lot of history here at the Help Center.
Do you guys still partner with the current churches as well?
We do. We have a long-standing partnership. They help with financial support. They bring volunteers to us. They bring donations to us. It's a really wonderful partnership. I started about 8 years ago. I worked at Carmex for 18 years, and part of my function was to help with the charitable giving part of it. And the Carmex got involved with the Matthews Help Center, and it's been a partnership. And I knew I wanted to work in nonprofit, and so I decided to kind of segue out of working there and start working for the Help Center.
Yeah, match made in heaven for sure. So it seems like there's a lot of history in here, and I assume that that relationship has kind of continued. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it all started when Iris and June came together. They were members of the Matthews Women's Club, and they wanted to find a place to help neighbors during times of crisis. So they approached the town of Matthews. They had a building in mind that they would like to use for that, and the building was falling apart, and the town gave it to them for $1.
Is that building still around today?
That building is still here. It's the Matthews Heritage Museum. So it's actually still in downtown Matthews.
That's incredible.
It's a little tiny yellow house. It's so darn cute. But Iris went to Matthews Methodist Church, and June went to First Baptist. And so they rallied the Women's Club. Those two churches came together. Plus, they were working full-time jobs. And so just kind of rallied to make that little house a beautiful place where people can go and receive assistance.
Bringing it to present day.
Yeah.
Do you get majority of your volunteers from those same churches, or is it more local based?
So both of those churches supply a lot of volunteers. In addition, the churches have just grown for support for the Help Center over the years. We now have 170 weekly volunteers. So these are committed volunteers to come in and work a 4-hour shift. Pretty amazing.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
We're known with the House with a Heart.
Yeah.
And it's because of our volunteers.
That's awesome. And your leadership for sure. Definitely don't sell yourself short. That's
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, you don't get people to come in for 4 hours and volunteer their time and efforts without.
We have an amazing team. We have 14 people on staff, and 80% of the staff, including myself, was a volunteer at one point in time. We're here to help our neighbors during a time of a crisis. So we are helping with financial assistance for housing and utilities. That's our number one focus, to prevent evictions and disconnections. We provide childcare assistance. We feel that is a basic need for our families. We have a food pantry. They can come and get 3 days worth of emergency food that's healthy options for their families. We have this amazing gem in our community. It's our thrift shop. It's called Back Porch Treasures, which is the back part of our building. And it's open to the general public. So it's a revenue stream for the Help Center, but our clients can go shopping for free. So people can drop off donations. They get processed by those 170 hearts and hands and minds. And then it's going to good for everybody in our community. If you're watching this and you've donated items to our thrift shop, you know how busy, crazy it is outside. And so we are really looking at how we can make our property safer present day, and how we can become more efficient and serve more people.
Yeah. No, just seeing it when I was walking in, I could definitely see the space. You guys are utilizing and maximizing all that you can, to say the least.
We are. As you walk through, you will see that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the tour. That's for sure. 4,800 people?
Adults and children, yes.
That's wild. How many families does that come out to be?
It's about 1,900 households that we help. Another program that we have to kind of shield children and parents during times of crisis, we have 2 huge drives. It's our back to school drive and our holiday support drive. And we've been doing it for years. And a couple of years ago, we started partnering with the Matthews Police Department. So now we kind of renamed that program. It's the Matthews Gives Back. And that has grown. It's so cool to be able to give out a backpack to a family, but we're doing it at the Sportsplex now. And the police department brings all their toys so the kids can kind of play. They bring their canine unit out, and they do tug of war games. The Kiwanis comes out and cooks dinner for the family. families. Oh, and by the way, they get their backpack. So it's kind of a fun thing. And then we kind of do the same thing. And in December for the holidays, we ask our community for brand new toys, stage this really cool shopping event for families. They do not have to pay for anything, but they get to pick out all these great toys. And the cool thing is that all of our families are served, and we have excess toys to get back out into the community. Great organizations like Bright Blessings that helps with homeless kids and birthdays. Turning Point is a domestic violence in Union County, and Christ for Shepherds is across the street, and that is a nonprofit daycare. So they get extra toys too. It's a win for everybody.
Yeah, you're helping people and you're helping other nonprofits. That's really cool. How exactly do you go about getting your name out there? How do you go about marketing yourself? Is it all word of mouth or?
Yeah, so it is word of mouth, to be really honest. We have people who've lived in our community for years and will stumble across us. And they're like, I can't even believe you guys have been here. And so it really is word of mouth. We have a great team that goes out to the community. We do third-party events, anything we can do social media-wise, anything to get the word out, because we're here ultimately to help people. And so we definitely want to make sure if somebody comes across somebody, just to have them reach out to the help center to see if we might be able to help them in some way. We have all those clients that we've helped over the years, but we have a whole new wave of people because of inflation, because of affordable housing, because of, the list goes on and on and on. And so we're trying to navigate how we can figure out how we can help all these people, because we helped about 4,800 people last year and gave out almost $800,000 in financial and in-kind assistance. And the need continues to grow. That's amazing. That truly is. In terms of your connection to the community, are you from Matthews yourself, or? So I'm not originally from Matthews. I'm from Virginia, but I've been here for 31 years. In Matthews. Yeah, basically homegrown at that point. Yes. Thank you so much, Sandra. That was Sandra Conway, Executive Director of Matthews Help Center, just telling us about the history and what they do for the community, which is just truly incredible. And now we're going to get a tour of the space with Susan Ross. You mentioned that your office was decorated through donations. Do you go through basically the leftover donations and kind of decorate the rest of the space as well?
That is one of the wonderful things, that we can utilize some of the items that have been donated to us and recycle them and give them a new life.
Yeah. Purpose and purpose.
Exactly.
It's twice the purpose. So this building that we're leaving here, was this a part of the original help center, or? This
used to be the Matthews Free Medical Clinic, and so we took that over. I'm not exactly sure on what year that was, but we used this area for our office space, and then the main Matthews Help Center is right over here.
Oh, this big building. Yeah.
This big building.
You guys need more space for the things and less for the people.
We do. We need more space. I'll kind of guide you out here. This is where all the goodness starts. Right out here, there's a garage filled with some wonderful volunteers, and we constantly have cars that are coming in on a daily basis. We take donations Monday through Saturday from 9 until 2. And so we have families that are donating items. It could be they're cleaning out their closets. A loved one may have passed away, and they're cleaning out their home. So they are providing their gently used treasures for us. And then we have volunteers that are going through those items and sorting them, and then they are being taken up to our triage area, and then those items are priced by our 170 volunteers. Oh, nice. And then put into the thrift store. We thrive on these donations. That is really what makes our thrift store thrive. Obviously, is these items from the community. So we're very appreciative of.
Are most of the donors typically from the Matthews community, or do you feel like you get some people from other counties as well?
A lot of them are from Matthews, but some do come from the surrounding areas, and that's what we really are hoping for, is to really broaden our outreach. So as you can see, we have awesome shoppers that come and are shopping with us. We take everything from antiques and collectibles over here. We have pillows, we have lamps, clothing, decor. Paintings, pictures. We have so much Easter decor. We had our spring turnaround last week.
It's good.
And
Easter's coming up.
Easter is coming up, and so we have a lot of really cool fun items.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you got books too? Electronics?
We have books, we have hats. This is our boutique area, so higher end clothing items. It could be Chico's, it could be, there's a list of Anne Klein, Doncaster, J. Crew. We get a lot of those items as well. We also have a men's section that you might be interested in.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's kind of a small little area.
It's a separate area. It's nice.
But we have some really cool, fun things. Shoes, gently worn items. A lot of items, surprisingly, still have tags on them. They've never been worn. People just, they grew out of them. These are brand spanking new jeans.
They grew out of them or
just never put them on.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, and so they're brand new, $6.
Wow.
And we are constantly replenishing these items on a daily basis. Again, here's another shirt, brand new tags.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to be honest. Like Sam, I'm a big fan of the Hawaiian type shirt. I might end up coming back and grabbing that.
Yes.
But yeah, let's go look at the back end of, the people behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, lots of books too.
Yeah,
if anybody's interested in books
that's
and
very
reading.
important. I'm not gonna lie. If I look at these too long, we'll get stuck here forever.
All right.
Big reader.
Let's head back to where
Yeah, thanks, Susan. This is so cool.
Lots of jewelry. These are some of our very awesome and dedicated volunteers who are helping as cashiers today.
Duly noted.
So they are amazing.
Ooh.
Here's another one of our lovely volunteers, Julie.
Hello, Julie.
Julie does antiques and collectibles, and so she helps us to price all of those, and we have books and toys and games and all sorts of, there you go. There's one for you.
Might have set that aside once that gets priced.
So all of these items over here have been priced. This is clothing that is priced and ready to go out onto our store floor. We also have our awesome other volunteers. This is our clothing and pricing area. So these ladies are going through the bins that you saw out in our garage area and taking and pricing these items to go out on the floor. Super cute little kids clothing that they're going through right now.
Thankfully, I don't need any of that
yet. Not yet. You're too young for that.
Yes, I am. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And here is our housewares department. So they are going through items that have been donated, like, can I grab that real fast? Yeah. So this is just one item that has been donated that these ladies are going through and pricing. And that will get then placed out on our store floor. Linens. We get lots of linens, pillows, curtains. We do not take sheets.
Okay, that makes
we
sense.
will take things like comforters that are in good shape. Obviously pillows as well. So these will get priced and put out on the floor as well. So
what about furniture?
We cannot, unfortunately, take
large?
furniture. It's too large. We just don't have the capacity to store it.
Don't have the space, man.
Right.
But you would if you could.
Exactly.
Okay.
We also get Christmas year-round. So we currently have over 250 banana boxes like this already filled with Christmas in storage.
Really?
So as we get items in, they are sorting these boxes for whatever season. We do Halloween,
all of
exactly. So all the holidays. So we sort these items. Look at this. Here's for 4th of July. Cute little suit.
Also
so
my non-existent
when
kid.
we have those sales, these items will be ready to put on the floor. So If anybody's interested in sales, by the way, and our newsletter, they can let us know and sign up. They can do that on our website.
Perfect. And your website is?
MatthewsHelpCenter.org.
Whoa!
We also have an online thrift store.
No way!
Would you like to see some cool items there?
Yes, I would.
All right, let's do it. So I can just grab some items for you.
Okay.
So here just happens to be a Coach bag. Ladies love this site because we have a lot of Coach and Kate Spade and Dooney and Burke, and let me find some really fun shoes. We got lots of really fun shoes. These are all up on our website, and the online thrift store is mybackporchtreasures.com. And this is actually the front part of the Matthews Help Center.
Okay.
So this is where clients that may have appointments that have applied to us for assistance, needing rent, utilities, food, clothing, etc. This is where they would come and potentially meet with one of their social work team members. We have 3 social work members. Since COVID, though, the majority of our meetings are done online or virtually because it helps families. They don't have to take time off of work.
Yeah.
They can go on their lunch hour and schedule an appointment to meet with their social work team member. And when they have that meeting, they'll know right then and there how much we can provide assistance for. So they may know that night that their rent's going to be paid off or paid for the month.
Perfect.
So
you can apply for that through the website, correct?
you can apply for assistance through the website. You do need to live within one of our 5 zip codes.
Okay.
In order to get assistance.
It's a lot of zip codes.
5, yes.
Yeah. Hey, so Susan, this place is obviously amazing, but there's a lot of, larger companies that are doing sort of these things like Goodwill and things of that nature. What makes Matthews Help Center different from those, as well as make such a strong impact?
We're very fortunate because we are deeply rooted in our community. Our community really helped us to build this organization, and it continues to help us build the organization and allow us to serve neighbors in our local community. I mean, a lot of people don't think that Matthews, people in Matthews might need help, but yet they do. We serve 5 zip codes. Again, it's 28104, 28105, 28226, which is Charlotte, 28270, and 28079. So there's a lot of people that they could be your neighbors, but they're having a hard time right now, and they're not going to broadcast it out, but they have a place that they can come to if they need help.
You said that you were in the nonprofit space for quite a while. Is there something that specifically drew you to Matthews Help Center?
It's really the culture here. The culture is just incredible. Everybody is very passionate about what they do, from our social work team members to Sandra, who you met, our executive director. I've always, in my career, wanted to give back and make a difference in the community, no matter what I do. As for our volunteers, 170 of them want to come here and make this place thrive and really give back to the community. So we're very proud to be in Matthews and appreciate all of the support that we receive from the town. The connection here with you guys, it was through the Comicon, and I met Sam through the Comicon, and that was created by Chris Rester down at Rebel Comics, and so we are now partnering with them and Carolina Beer Temple, and there's so many others. So we just all kind of get interwoven in together.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, what you guys did with the Comicon with over 1,000 participants is just
so much fun.
Okay, so Comic-Con's still going. Raging strong. I understand you guys had about, 600 plus people through the door here today?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
It's been non-stop action since 10:45 this morning, and it is currently almost 3:30, so it's been fantastic.
Susan, this has to just warm your heart to see the turnout and the generosity of this town toward what it is you folks are doing at the Health Center. And I appreciate what you do for our community, and I'm really looking forward to learning more. Tell us how this makes you feel.
It's awesome, to see the support of the community for, Matthews, the town, Parks and Rec, Carolina Beer Temple, the Temple's Edge, Rebel Comics, for all the work that they did to put this together. This is the first event, and I do believe it's going to be an annual thing. So it really is making a significant difference. All of the monies that we raise today will be helping local families that are facing eviction and utility disconnection.
Hi, I'm Melissa Johnson, the Cultural Recreation Manager for the Town of Matthews Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Resource Department. I manage the Matthews Community Center and the McDowell Arts Center and all public art here in Matthews. This is our first ever Matthews Comicon, and we are so excited to bring it to the residents here in Matthews. One of the biggest things we try to do here is bring events and activities and experiences to Matthews, so people don't have to travel to Charlotte to go see them.
Outstanding. What'd you think?
I thought it was fantastic. I am overwhelmed by the success of this event and seeing everyone here. We've had a great turnout of artists and cosplay, costume participants and different vendors. The community really showed up today.
And it's got to feel
happy.
great to know that you were able to help the Help Center, people doing such good work in this community.
Yes, this is all going towards the Help Center. So I hope that they are getting a lot of donations and a lot of items that the community really needs.
First Comic-Con, how'd it go, bro?
It's our very first Comic-Con event, you're exactly right. And we try to look at doing different things. People say, how do you cover each of the demographics in Matthews, the age groups, the interests? And we're always trying to find that new event to bring people to town and at the same time help people like the Help Center. Our town is full of givers. Our town is full of people who give back. And when we look at places that impact our community, the first place you got to think is Matthews Help Center. Usually about every year in an area of town that's supposed to be a prominent, non-needy place of town. It's not on the news a whole lot as far as where people may not be poor. But yet they touch 17,000 people about every year. And that's doing an event like this to help the Help Center is certainly impactful. And we couldn't be more excited. I was so thrilled to be chosen to come back and host this event in Fullwood Theater and to be able to have the level, not only the number of people, but the quality of costumes. You saw some of the costumes a few minutes ago. To see these guys on our first try, it's huge. We love it. We're so excited. We can't wait to do it again next year. Go spread eagle on us with that costume.
These are the top winners from the adult category. Very, very impressive. I got to start with you, our top winner in the adult category. This was impressive. How long did it take you to do this?
So this cosplay was actually, not gonna lie, a rush job before a con, so I sped through it and it took about a week to finish.
Wow.
So a lot of fighting from my sewing machine, but it happened.
All right, Christopher Trester, this is the brains and some brawn, I understand, behind this event. Took a lot to make this happen, huh, brother?
It did, but everybody came together and it was a lot of fun. The vendors all were excited to do it. The artists were all excited to do it. The town's been all over it, trying to help us get it going, and it's been a lot of fun.
Fabulous. Your thoughts on the turnout?
It was more than I could have ever expected. They just told me that we're officially over 1,000 people through the door, and I was tossing and turning last night.
1,000 people and a droid.
Yeah, and a droid. So, but the turnout's been great, and we can't wait to do it again next year.
What is your thoughts on the first ever Matthews Comicon and the fact that all the proceeds are going to the Help Center?
Well, that is great because I appreciate the fact that they're doing charitable work. And yeah, this has been great. I would love to see this continue and expand.
Matthews Comicon has been amazing. My name is Rico Renzi. I'm a comic book colorist and designer local to the area, so it's nice to have something that's 9 minutes from my house, and I hope it continues on for years to come.
Excellent. Or you're impressed with the turnout, man?
Great turnout. I heard they got 600 people through the door this morning. There was lines wrapped around the building.
Did you build this whole thing, or did you piece it together?
Everything that, I didn't purchase any of it. I built all of it. The predominant of it is made of EVA foam. The only thing that's 3D printed is the helmet, the bracers, and the prop itself.
My name's Doc Reed, and yeah, this is my first time vending here in Matthews. It's been wonderful. Like Rico said, it's great turnout. Lots of people coming through the doors, checking things out. A lot of new people to meet and say hey to. So
yeah, and you guys are all local artists.
Yep.
Fabulous. Well.
This keyblade, though, that I did spend, I think this took me at least a couple of weeks of, cutting, priming, painting, detailing.
My name is Levi, and this event is really good. It has been nonstop since the doors opened, and that's incredible.
And it's fabulous to know, too, that the proceeds are going to the Help Center, yeah?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, you have so many people coming through, making such a big impact in this community.
I gotta ask you about this, man. Yeah. What's the story behind the droid?
I just wanted a R2-D2 my whole life. Once I found out that it was something that you can do, I did it.
And how? I mean that's impressive.
Yeah. It's the Astromech.
Is this a kit or?
Not really. It's the astromech.net website is where I got started. And some people do wooden frames, styrene plastic frames, aluminum frames, so the sky's the limit on how much money you want to spend.
And what are your thoughts on the first ever Matthews Comicon?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, we're having a blast.
That's impressive.
Yes, sir.
But you didn't join the contest. You'd have stood a chance, man.
I wasn't there.
That is very impressive. Show it here. Hold this up under your mask. Just kind of hold it up to here so we can hear it. Yeah, you know what? I'll just clip it right here.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about who you are and what it took to make this costume. That's impressive. Go ahead.
So this is from Dark Souls series, and this is made out of EVA foam. I made it for the Renaissance Festival a couple months back.
Can you turn around for me?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is 3D printed. The rest of this is EVA foam. The sword's wood. Probably took about 2 months to make, working on it on and off. So, yeah.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Do you often walk down the street in this garb?
I'm very tempted to. Very frequently, I'm very tempted. So I just figured, today's a good excuse to wear it. I put all that time in it,
What do you think of the first ever Matthews Comicon?
I kind of like it, yeah. It's pretty sweet in here.
Up underneath, there you go.
This is the way. Did 3D printing, customized some stuff. The helmet is the original Hasbro, but I modified it to make it work. And this is my son. Say hi. Say hi. He's shy.
James Drummond, local small business owner, member of the Matthews Chamber. So I was invited to be a judge here. I've been involved with various events for Temple's Edge and the Beer Temple. We do some fun events, and we did a nice zombie crawl over Halloween, and I really wanted to be a part of the Comic-Con.
Awesome. Tell me your thoughts on the turnout and how it makes you feel to see the town turn out and be so generous toward the Help Center.
Turnout's amazing. I was just talking to Christopher, who said we had over 1,000 people in the door, which exceeded expectations. And that's awesome for Matthews, because that's what we're all about here, trying to bring folks into Matthews and give them fun and exciting and alternative things to do in town. So it's great showing.
So amazing. Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah.
I love Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things.
I've never been to one, and that was, for my first, it was amazing.
Probably different than what you expected.
It was very different, but it was so much fun, and the kids were having a great time, and costumes and people, young and old, dressed up, and it was just really cool.
Yeah, and I bet you the culture at Comic-Con and at Matthews Help Center was kind of similar, just in terms of sharing that passion, which is something that I'm a big fan of myself.
Exactly.
The fire inside of people is something that I kind of strive for, so that's awesome to see.
Yes.
And where are we at right now?
So this is, you heard Iris DeVore, and she's one of our founders. So Iris passed away in 2020, and so there was a group of Boy Scouts that came and created this garden for us for her in her memory. So we've got irises out here for Iris.
Iris lives here, and compassion, strength, and fierce determination to serve others with love, that is something to live by right there.
Yes, it's having passion, and passion in what you're doing, and passion and compassion about giving back to the community. Part of the bottom of this plaque says rooted in love and always in our hearts, and Iris will always be in our hearts.
She really will be.
And what she's built.
Yeah, something sustainable that is for the community and for the people that are a part of it.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Peterson. This is charlottenow.tv. And if you got any stories or if you just want to learn how to help Matthews Help Center, please reach out. And back to you, Sam.
And there you have it, another episode of charlottenow.tv in the digital bag, as they say. Well, you know what? I'm so excited about all of these opportunities, and I want to thank Scott Peterson from Broken Leg Entertainment, our guest host today. He did a great job. I would encourage you to look him up and get in touch with him. He's doing some cool stuff to network with independent actors and producers as well. He kind of works between Charlotte and Atlanta, Georgia. Great young man, and we want to thank him for his contribution to Charlotte. Now, we're going to be seeing more of Scott actually in front of camera with the upcoming episodes, as well as a guest appearance from our dear friend Chablis Dandridge, who joined us as a guest on the very first episode of Charlotte. Now he's actually going to be on camera as well in an upcoming episode, the next episode of Charlotte Now, where we take a look at the Charlotte Innovation Barn, and Chablis is guest hosting that episode. So we're so excited about our work with our expanding team here, and we would love to hear from you. If you have an episode idea, if you would like to have a discussion with us about how we can partner together on a project, that would be fabulous. If you would like to learn the digital arts, or you are an expert in the digital media arts and you would like to join the team and get involved, that would be great. We're always looking for vibrant, fun personalities and wonderful stories of great people making the Charlotte metro area the awesome place to live and do business that we know it is. For everyone at charlottenow.tv, my name is Sam Otero. Peace to you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time around on charlottenow.tv.